Steve learns that his wife has started an affair with their neighbor. She cried and apologized, saying that it was accidental and only once. But later Steve learns that the woman cheated more than once and for more than 1 year. The history of female betrayal takes on a new meaning. And before the story begins, I ask you to subscribe to the channel and like this video. It is very necessary to promote the channel. Thank you for this. You are very cool. Let's go to the story right now. My name is Steve, and I want to share a story with you that has had a profound impact on my life. It was 2014 when I discovered that my wife had been having an affair with our neighbor. I found out about it when I came home from work and my daughters told me about their day. As they were recounting their story, some of the details just didn't add up. According to my daughters, they had gone for a walk around the lake, and when they returned, one of the older girls went to get an adult because there was a problem. The older girl came back and said that the other man would be right out. At first, I didn't think much of it, but then I started to wonder why my wife had stayed at his house while the girls were gone for so long, especially since his wife was at work. And why didn't they just come right out to talk to us instead of staying inside? As these questions started to nag at me, I couldn't help but wonder if there was something more going on between my wife and our neighbor. I started to suspect that they were probably in some state of being unclothed, which led me to believe that my wife was having an affair. Since that day, my life has never been the same. The betrayal and pain of discovering my wife's infidelity was overwhelming, and it took a long time for me to heal from the hurt and start rebuilding my life. But I'm grateful for the experience because it has made me stronger and more resilient, and I'm now in a much better place emotionally than I was before. After discovering my wife's infidelity, I couldn't just sit idly by and let it go. I confronted her the following day, demanding answers to the many questions that had been swirling around in my head. Of course, like all cheaters, she initially denied everything and tried to cover her tracks. But eventually, she broke down and admitted to some of the things she had done. She claimed that she didn't have sex with our neighbor, but only kissed him a few times, and when he tried to touch her chest, she stopped it. However, it was hard to trust anything she said at that point, given her initial lies and deceit. I pressed her for more details and found out that she had been texting and sexting with him for at least 2 weeks. But after looking at the phone bill, it appeared that their communication had been going on for closer to a month. I was devastated to learn that my wife had been engaging in this behavior for so long, and that it had gone on right under my nose. As the reality of the situation sunk in, I realized that my wife's infidelity had not only hurt me, but had also put our entire family in jeopardy. I knew that I had to take action to protect myself and my children, and that meant making some tough decisions about our future together. But for now, all I could do was try to come to terms with the truth and figure out how to move forward. As I come to grips with the reality of my wife's infidelity, I can't help but wonder how I missed the signs. This is a woman that I've been with for 24 years and married for going on 14. We met in high school and dated ever since. I know her better than anyone in this world, or so I thought. But now, I find myself questioning everything. The fact that I know her so well is part of why I don't believe it was only the one time and stopped at kissing. She has an amazing sex drive, to the point that I was the one saying, "No, I'm tired." So the thought that she would only kiss our neighbor and then stop seems unlikely. Furthermore, I've come to realize that my wife is a master at manipulating people, and to be honest, she's a pretty good liar when she needs to be. I've always known that she was good at getting what she wants, but I never thought she would use those skills to deceive me. As I try to make sense of this situation, I'm left with so many questions. How long has this been going on? Was it really only one time, or did it happen more often? And most importantly, can I ever trust her again? These are difficult questions to answer, and I know that it will take time for me to come to terms with the truth and figure out how to move forward. She seems to be very remorseful and says sorry all the time, telling me that it was the biggest and dumbest mistake of her life. However, I can't help but wonder if her remorse is genuine or if she's just sorry she got caught. From our talks, she tells me that she thought I didn't love her and was going to leave her. My thought on that is she was telling herself that to justify her actions. It's hard to believe that someone who knows me so well would think that I don't love her. I'm not going to say that we didn't have our problems, because we did. She would bring up my lack of sex drive and say that it was because I didn't find her attractive, fat, etc. This hurt me deeply because it wasn't true. I went and got my testosterone levels checked, and it was extremely low. I had been taking injections and had been feeling better until she kicked me while I was down. Despite all of this, I never stopped showing her love and affection. I would always go out of my way to make her feel loved and appreciated. I wouldn't walk by her, get off the phone, leave the room without giving her a kiss and telling her I love her. When we would have sex, I always went out of my way to please her. I'm not going to get nasty, but she would get satisfied multiple times every time we had sex. I brought that up to her as well, asking why she would risk losing a man that treated her like I did. I'm left feeling hurt and betrayed, wondering how we got to this point. But, at the same time, I know that I need to be strong for my daughters and for myself. I need to figure out what I want and what is best for me and my family. It won't be easy, but I know that I can't let this define me or our future. I guess my biggest questions are, to the ladies on here, is it possible for it to have stopped at kissing? How do I get past this and trust her again? Is it worth all the work and money for counseling? I have to wonder every day if something is going on because since we had our second child 9 years ago, she has stayed home for them. Am I the only one that thinks that the lying and sexting is actually in some way worse than the actual physical act? As you reflect on the experience of discovering your wife's infidelity, it's important to remember that you're not alone. Many people have been through similar situations and have come out stronger on the other side. It's understandable to feel a range of emotions, including anger, sadness, and confusion, but it's important to give yourself time to process your feelings and heal. In terms of advice, it's important to remember that healing is a process that takes time. Don't rush yourself or try to suppress your emotions. Instead, find healthy ways to express your feelings, whether that's through talking to a trusted friend or therapist, journaling, or finding a new hobby to occupy your time. Additionally, it's important to establish clear boundaries with your wife and to seek out professional help if necessary. If you do decide to work on your relationship, consider couples counseling as a way to navigate the challenges ahead. Above all, remember that you deserve to be treated with love and respect, and that you have the power to rebuild your life and find happiness again. Keep moving forward, one step at a time. Friends, thank you for listening to this story. If you have your thoughts about this story, I would like to hear them. Leave comments under the video. Also, don't forget to support the channel. Like this video and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to turn on the bell. It will help you not to miss new stories on this channel. Thank you for your attention, and I wish everyone success in life. See you soon. Goodbye.